Good morning. My name is Josh Wallace. This is IL 650 technology lesson. We're going to be looking at kindergarten through second grade curriculum. Our standards are standards 1, bullets 2, and bullets 1 and 2 of bullet 2, and also standard 3 in the Alabama Core Study of Technology Operation Concepts. At this time, I will be presenting a lesson for elementary school students. I'm going to share my PowerPoint for you students. Good morning, students. This is a lesson on technology. Technology is used in everyday life. The first thing that I would like for you to do is I want you to think how you use technology. What do you use technology for? What is technology? Is it maybe a cell phone? Is it maybe a computer, a laptop, an iPad? And we're going to look at some of these examples and learn a little bit about them today. Here's a few examples of technology systems. First, you have a desktop computer that has a monitor. You have a keyboard that has letters and numbers. You also have a tower that collects and holds the information you put in or you want to send out. And you also have a mouse. Here in the middle picture, you have a laptop that is also has a keyboard, much like the keyboard from the desktop, and a stylus. Also here you have an iPad that can be used. You can locate a keyboard on these, but we'll talk about that later on. As you get older, you'll learn how to do it. And some of you may already know how to do it now, because probably some of you are better at technology than I am. And this is also an example of a stylus here beside the iPad. Right? Some examples that we just talked about is laptop, desktop, and iPads. Students, what are some other examples of computer systems? A lot of you may be thinking of iPhones, certain type of cell phones. You have iPods. You have different types of technology systems that can be used. You know, you've probably heard the words Wi-Fi, and a lot of TVs now are set up just like a technology system. As we're starting this lesson, what I would like for you to do, I've provided you a sketch piece of paper, a scratch piece of paper, and I would like for you to draw me just a rough sketch of what you think or what you envision with a technology system. I only give you just a couple minutes in doing this and just a rough sketch. You don't have to really color it. It doesn't have to be perfect work. I just want you to show me what you think a technology system may look like. So at this time, I would give you 3 minutes to complete that. So you can go ahead and begin that. Okay, after completing our sketch drawings, let's go into a little more detail about some of the uses and how you use technology systems. Okay, to input information, there's several ways that you can input information. You have a stylus on your left. That's how you can input information on an iPad or even some phones. You have a keyboard that has letters and numbers and several other things that you can use to input information. And you also have a mouse. And this mouse also helps you locate information or input information. But when you input information in a computer, sometimes you need output of information. This output of information can come from different ways, but one main way is through printers. And if you look at the PowerPoint here, there's 2 examples of printers that you can get information out of the computer once you've put it in and have a hard copy. If you notice, you can pick these pieces of paper up, and it's a hard copy, and it has come from the computer where you've inputted the information. Okay, some important information or facts when using or dealing with a technology system. First, you need to be able to press the keys on the keyboard, starting by using the home keys. Well, you're going to ask, what are home keys? And we're going to get that. Keyboards or anything with a computer that needs to be used, I apologize, are used for typing, not hitting. Just like there's certain things that you should be a little more gentle with, keyboards and things with a computer system. You need to be a little gentler with them. You should press them, not hit them. What are the home keys? You should also have good posture when working with computer systems. And we're also going to learn how to capitalize a letter today using the letters and the keys on the computer or on a keyboard. Okay, what are the home keys? Notice that on the keyboard that you have numbers and letters and several other things as far as tab, caps, lock, control, delete. This can also be backspace, where if you make a mistake, which you will when you begin typing, so you can get rid of that. And the delete is right here, which is the same thing as backspace. The home keys are ASDF, JKL, semicolon, and your thumbs will be placed on the space bar. So you begin with your left pinky finger, place your left pinky finger on the A, and so forth through S, D, and F. Your thumb would rest on the space bar, not pressing it, and this is just resting position. Your right hand would start with your index finger on the J, and then K, L, and so on. Those are the home keys. When you begin typing, your hands will be placed on these home keys, and you will learn where the other letters and numbers belong by memorizing where to take your fingers. If you notice on the top, you have all your numbers and symbols above that you can use certain keys to get these symbols out. And we're going to talk about one of those keys that help you do capital letters in just a few minutes. Remember, you must press the keys on the keyboard. Do not hit them. That's very important, because if you hit them, they will malfunction. They will get stuck. They could come off, and then we wouldn't be able to use our keyboard system, our technology system, like we really wanted to. And when technology does not work, it can be very frustrating. Okay, when you're using a technology system, you should have good posture. What's posture? It's the way you sit, stand, look, or view things in the correct manner. You can have bad posture. If you look, there's two examples here. One example with the X here is bad posture. Her tail is sitting at the front of her chair. Her spine is not aligned straight up and down. Her arms are not bent at nearly a 90-degree angle, and her feet are spread apart. That would be bad posture when you're looking or dealing with using a computer system. Well, the picture on your right is good posture. Notice how her head is directly over her spine. Both feet are placed flat on the floor. The computer screen is nearly eye level, and her arms are slightly bent with her hands placed on the home keys. That is an example of good posture when using a computer system. All right, to begin practicing typing, and I know you all are ready to practice, to do a capital letter, you first must learn two different keys, or one key that's in two different spots. If you look at the blue keys on this keypad, and you can look at your keypads in front of you, you have a shift key. To be able to make a letter capitalized, you would hold the shift key and type the letter. Just for example, my first name is Josh. If I wanted to capitalize Josh, which I should, because it is a proper noun in typing, I would hold the shift key and mash the letter J. That would give me a capital J. Then I could go on and type OSH. Now, at this time, I would like for you to try to practice on your keyboard how to type your name. Remember, hold the shift key down and type the first letter of your name. So do that at this time. Once you've got that, you could also practice, and we will practice a little later using your last name by holding the shift key down, the first letter of your last name, and then you could type the rest of your last name after you release the shift key. Now, in closing, we're going to complete a 2-1-1, which is very similar to a 3-2-1 that we've used in the past. First, you would write down two things you learned. Then you'd write down one thing you already knew about technology systems. and write down one question you still have. Here on the right, I have the example that I have given you, and you can write this down, but I've provided you with these pieces of paper that has the 2-1-1. Here on the right side, you could write 2 things that you learned today from this lesson. And everyone's is going to be different. Everyone's going to be different. So 2 things you learned. After you complete that, you could write 1 thing you already knew about technology. And like I said earlier, a lot of you may already know more about technology than I do. And then 1 question you still have. You may want to know how to use those symbols at the top of the numbers. You may want to know how to indent a paragraph, and you will learn that. But if that's a question you have, please write it down. We will turn these in at the end of the class. When you exit, this will be our exit slips. You will turn these in. I will use these questions to begin our technology lesson for tomorrow. Now for homework, we began this lesson by sketching a quick drawing of a technology system. Tonight, I would like for you to design your own technology system. I would like for it to have a keyboard with numbers and letters placed in the correct place if possible. I would like for you to color it, design it any way that you would like. I want you also to ask your parents for their help and opinions on it, and ask them to allow you to use the internet to find examples of these. You can find pictures of all types of technology systems. So I would love for you to ask your parents to be able to use the internet to find examples of that. Okay? At this time, I would ask if anyone has any questions, and this will conclude our technology lesson for today. Thank you very much.